Hi, my name is Jen. Welcome to my channel, All My Plants. Today I'm talking about Hoyas. To trellis or not to trellis? I have both. I don't know, can you see these ones here? These are just hanging, and then I have some trellis down here. And well, I'll start with this one. I think I just watered it. I know I just watered it. But I think it's mostly up to your energy level. Do you feel like having a plant that's going to fall over? Or do you feel like having a plant that's so long that you're going to step on it? And what I mean by that is, as the pot on these dry, because you do generally anyway let Hoyas get pretty dry before you water them again, the leaves are still retaining a lot of water. So if it's not in a very sturdy pot or a heavy pot or a pot with a good base, you have it in soil that dries out and becomes very light, it's going to fall over. It is going to fall over. Mine fall over all the time. So I don't actually know what Hoya this is. We've yet to figure that out. Pardon my cord. It's a lovely Hoya. I think it's a Carnosa type. Somebody said it was something else, but I can't remember. It's got some splashy leaves on it that are really pretty. Like, it's a lovely Hoya. It has lots of little freckles. Some more than others. But yeah, like those two right there. They're pretty. Anyway, so that's that one. And another Carnosa that I have, let's see. This one here is Hoya Carnosa Crimson Queen. It's a lovely plant. It really is very pretty. But hanging pot, I'm up to my head now. And there's a lot to go there. It's a lovely plant though, and it does really well. It's in the same basket I bought it in. Haven't changed it. This is 1 year's growth. Less than a year's growth. It was to the pot when I got it. And the other 5 feet it's grown since I've had it. But, and this did flower. I have one on a trellis also. That also flowered. So as far as like the same type of plant, like the same type of Hoya, I don't know that it makes a difference whether you trellis it or leave it hanging as far as how fast it flowers. In my experience, it's more like the plant's just going to flower when it's ready. Some of them, I have the same thing both on trellises and in planters, and neither one has flowered. And it could be just that type of Hoya isn't getting whatever it is that it wants from me. It's not getting, ideal conditions. Or maybe they're too ideal, and that's why it doesn't flower. I don't know. Who can guess? It's a Hoya thing, right? So this is Hoya Pentaphlebia. Once again, this is another one that has some larger leaves. Look at that sun stressing up there. Isn't that pretty? So that's one cool thing about having this on the trellis, is these higher leaves kind of lean. The grow light is right here. You can see that leaves had a little too much of it. It is actually burnt. But the rest of them are just kind of sun stressing, very pretty. I think I compared this plant to an apple once and said I wanted to bite it. I don't know why. It reminds me of green apples. But it does get larger leaves and it does get smaller leaves at the same time. You never really know what you're going to get with this Hoya. I think it's based on light, the leaf size. But yeah, so that's another thing to consider when trellising them, I suppose, is where are your lights? Are you going to burn it, or is it just going to sun stress and be very pretty? This one has done both, burnt and sun stress. So yeah. And once again, it's another one that there's enough plant material up here that it just falls everywhere when it's dry, when the pot is dry. So it kind of sits on a shelf leaning up against the wall. Be careful about that also, because some of these Hoyas will grab your wall. I've had them grow into, there was one hanging in my bathroom, and I guess the humidity in there, it kind of grew into the rug, like the bath mat that I had on the floor, it grabbed onto that. And I had another, it was a Hoya carrii, just the green heart leaf Hoya, actually grabbed the wall in my laundry room. So that's another thing to consider if you're just going to lean them on the wall. To keep them upright anyway. What I mean by I don't think it matters whether they're hanging or trellis to flower is, this is Hoya Sunrise. Just regular old Hoya Sunrise. You can see some of it still sun stressed from the summer. It's been living in the window since then. It flowered profusely. It wasn't in a hanging pot, it was just in a regular pot and it was just spilling out. I just recently repotted into a hanging pot rather than trellis it. I thought about it, but I don't know what I'm going to do with all the trellises. Likewise, I have probably nothing short of 50 or 60 hanging plants, hanging baskets. Where do you hang that many? If you've been watching me a while, I used to film in my laundry room pretty regularly, and I have a pole going across the whole length of the laundry room where I hang plants, which seems like you could hang a lot there, and you can when they're small, but when they're, some of them are very bushy, they're wider than I am, so they take up more space as they get larger, and some get crowded out. But anyway, point being, that's something to consider, like that Hoya Crimson Queen, that usually hangs in my laundry room where it eats a lot of space on that bar that goes across my ceiling. So there's pros and cons either way you go. Then this guy here is Hoya, it still says on the tag, still in the pot, still in the nursery pot, Hoya Lacanosa Royal Flush, which it was a riot of color out in the brighter light, but since we're not outside anymore, it's mostly just green again, which is fine. I still love it, even with its occasional yucky leaf. This plant, again, it flowered profusely, but I've never tried one of these on a trellis. And I'm mentioning this because it's a matter of personal taste, and my personal taste is I just don't care for smaller leaved Hoyas generally on trellises. I don't know why, it's just, I'd rather see a bigger leaf. I guess it wouldn't matter if I had like this particular one on a trellis because it would be so much plant. Would you really see any of the trellis? No, not really. It would just look like a little Lacanosa shrub. It would probably be beautiful. But like I said, matter of personal taste, I just like them hanging. It's, it is what it is. It's not right or wrong, I don't think. I don't know, maybe if you think that they do better on a trellis, please tell me, because maybe I'll try some. I have a bunch of different kinds of Lacanosa. I'm not afraid to experiment with them. But yeah, I'll show you that one again just because it's actually still doing good. It needs the water, but it's doing good. And then this guy here, I think this is Hoya Navajoensis, that sounds right. And this one here, the issue has been constantly chasing these vines because it grows rather quickly, so I'm constantly trying to wrap vines around, more and more vines, just all the time running away. And it actually did flower this year for the first time. I want to say I had this in a basket, like just a regular pot, hanging, but I don't think that one ever flowered. I think the first time I've ever seen this particular Hoya flower was this year. And it was, of course, in the greenhouse, it did not flower indoors. It still has some peduncles left here and there wagging. There's one there, I don't know if you can see it. But this is a lovely plant also. But that's another thing, if you're going to trellis them, are you going to trim these, or are you just going to keep chasing vines around and around and around? I usually chase. Usually, obviously, I have not done it in a while because we've got a lot of pieces that need to be tamed. Or I guess I could just leave it like that even longer. I don't know. But yeah, so that's basically all I wanted to say, because I was talking to someone earlier and they had said, they had some Hoyas they wanted to trellis, and finding a trellis, I said finding a trellis I liked was Mika! Stop. Oh, whoa. Behave yourself, ma'am. But yeah, I was thinking about trellises because I was thinking about trellises because I was talking to someone earlier in the comments, maybe on yesterday's video, and they had said that, oh, can you see her? She's being nice to me for once. Oh, she left. It was the husky. Stop. Sit. Be good. Why are you being so mouthy? Mika. But anyway, I was thinking about trellising because I was talking to someone in the comments about trellising Hoyas. They were saying they needed to trellis some, but getting around to it is a thing, and finding the trellis is a thing, and agree 100%. I've used lots of things that didn't work out as trellises. But I really think you don't have to trellis your Hoyas. From what I can tell, it doesn't matter. It's aesthetics for me more than anything else, or practicality of how to fit them into a space, whether I do or don't trellis my Hoyas. Mika! Come on. Come on. Come here. Come on up here. Mika, be good. Come here. Oh. But yeah, so, you know, do what you want to do with your Hoyas. They're your Hoyas, right? Anyway, thank you for watching. Thank you for hanging out with me, and come back and check me out again soon. Bye.